Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Hello, hello. Right, so, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Well, welcome aboard this Airbus A320. Flying that way, which is straight ahead. So, yeah, I just thought I'd do a nice little night flight because we've had great news that we're getting locked down again. I figured, well, you know, what the bloody hell, eh? We might as well just enjoy. So, you know, with that in mind, we're just going to jump on this EasyJet. I don't even know if EasyJet got these, but we're going to give them one of these rubbish statements first of all, and then hopefully after that we can get things sorted. I'm just going to go to do a few things. I'm just messing around and doing a bit of settings as we do, because I've just figured to do it just on the fly, so to speak. So, you know, hopefully I'm not going to spoil your enjoyment too much. XER, that's it. I just get that up. I'm just putting a sound mixer up, and I'm just going to add some special sounds for you guys. Let's just see if it's going to work, shall we? Let's just try that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts.
Wow.
Exclusive.
It just sounds so good. It's amazing.
To shop and save from the
Shop and save. And hear all that, guys. Did you hear all of that? It's just like the best ever. Right, anyway, I'm going to go now, see if this actually is going to work. I think we might have engine sounds. I've got a handoff here. Now, this is in VR, guys. I'll try to turn my head slowly for you so that you can see what's actually happening in the VR headset. It's pretty good. I do miss my BK cockpit flights dash though, because it's all there at finger touch and stuff, you know. It's quite awkward trying to do things with a mouse, but I'm going to build something, guys, for the VR people out there, which is going to be where you just tilt your get your headset on your VR sorted, get the best pictures you possibly can, adjust the strap, and have a gap at the bottom. I'm going to design something to go on the end of a table or a desk where you put your SATEC products in, so you can just look down your nose and you can still see your switches, your joystick and everything else. I think and then I'll have the radios just on your right hand side by the throttle quadrant, so you just look down your nose a bit and there they are. That's going to be my little plan, actually, so it should be good. Well, as you know, guys, if anybody who does sort of follow my site, I don't usually fly jets very much, if at all, to be honest. So at the moment, I've got it on, like, I think it's a flight plan, which is all in there, from the actual flight sim. I'm not using Pro ATC to pilot to ATC tonight because it's quite late and I'll be chatting too much. So I'm just going to let you see what the visuals are like, really. And a couple of people say, how do you turn lights on? I don't know, I'm just figuring it out. But I know that one there does that one there, see, and that one does that one and that one. This one here does the overhead, brightens it up and dims it down. This one here does the actual cab. I turn them on, the dashboard, and I turn them off. and that one there does the overall lighting or something else. Not sure. I think this might be the overhead. I'm not sure. Oh no, it's the base, the pedestal. Look, so I can turn the pedestal up. Just useful to know, because the last time I flew one, it was dark, cold and dark, and I didn't have a clue how to turn this up, and I couldn't see anything, so it wasn't really good. But yeah, good when you get things sorted. Eh? Let's turn it on. It looks so good. You know, you actually feel that you're actually in a proper cockpit, and I'm using the for anybody who's interested in possibly going to VR, I'm using the Reverb G1. And I've got to admit, once you find the sweet spot on it, it eats the Oculus Rift and that for breakfast. It really does. And I'd love to try the Reverb 2, see what it's like, because it is a bit fiddly getting the sweet spot. I've got to confess, once you got it, it's alright, but you do tend to move it around. I'd like to spend more time flying and less time sort of fidgeting with my mask, because I think I might have moved my head too quick and it's sort of loosened or something. But no, apart from that, generally I really do like the Reverb. I think it's brilliant. Being a buyer of the Oculus Rift 3 times, giving it another try, thinking it might have been just a software issue. I don't think they've got a snowball's chance unless they really pull something out. And the other one, a Pimax as well. I'd like to try the Pimax. I bought the Pimax 2 and I couldn't get it to work properly, so I just sent it back. But that was when they would just come out, so it was a software thing and I couldn't get my head around it. Oh, I better talk, eh? Because, yeah, okay, sorry guys. I'm used to talking to them, see. Yes. The thing is, what I can't seem to do, guys, is, anybody can help me, I can hear the air traffic controller, the volume slider's flat out, and yet I can barely hear it in my headset. So I have to read what's said. Contact percent. I don't know if you can hear better than I can, but I can't hear very well, so I got to read. I suppose I could turn the engines down a little bit, might help. Yeah. Yeah. Well, all I can say, guys, is it's yeah, it's a brilliant experience. Very, very good. I just wish there was something, which I'm actually thinking of already. There's a program called SPAD. Now, I watched a couple of people, guys, I think that do maybe work for the firm or do something with SPAD, and they showed you how to change a lot of things. And you know, I reckon you could actually use the radio panel, get other radio panels, yeah, and actually use them to do other jobs other than what the SATEC products or Logitech, whatever they call them, products are set out to do, because I've seen them changing it and this, that and the other. And you could really use that to do your radios and your things and that, and have them just in a rack below the throttle and that. And it would be, once you get to know where everything is, it's a bit like, you know, I'm a musician. Once I get on a keyboard, I don't even actually have to look at the keys. I just know where they are. You know, I just play a song and I can play it from start to finish without even actually looking at my hands. And I'm thinking that is the same principle in any of the aircraft. As long as your headings, your altitude, your airspeed, your radios and everything else are in a certain place, on your, say, on your right hand side or something like that, or even just on top of the yoke, even, but I like to put my keyboard there. But then again, it'd be nice not to have to use a keyboard. So far I don't have to too often, but it would be very nice if we could incorporate things like Pilot to ATC, which is a brilliant program where you talk to ATC if you don't want to go on VATSIM and stuff like that. If you just sort of could have that, so it comes up like this one. If you can see, this is physically but in the inside the VR, but it's not outside the VR. So if you could bring those programs into the VR scenario, I would put it like Pilot to ATC, for argument's sake. I will put it down there like that, right over the way, but nice and big so I can see it, and then I could utilise everything I wanted to do in Pilot to ATC. I make this one smaller and put it, say, hovering to my right, so I just look to the right and I can see it there when I need it. But at the moment that's not possible, but there, you know, it could be, and I can do that as well, which would be pretty scary in real life, wouldn't it? But that's, yeah, it's all fun and games. But there's also, like, there's this thing I've just watched, it's worth going, if you want to, interested in doing it, guys, is have a look up Shared Cockpit. Some guys at like the Guru or something, whatever they're called, or GitHub, yeah, some guys are working on that at the moment. Now that looks like that could be real good fun if, you know, get a few people together and you want a shared cockpit. They could do your co-pilot thing and you can concentrate on flying. And then, I don't know if it was going to work but if it does, it would be absolutely amazing to do it if you could have that sort of thing with VR as well. So the pilot is wearing a VR hat, mask, and the other guy is just coming in and doing all the levers and all the buttons and all the switches, apart from obviously the throttle and the pedals and the yoke. What a great, and maybe the radios, well, whatever. We're talking to ATC with Pro ATC, a Pilot to ATC inside, so that you're doing the talking to the air traffic control where you can, or you could say share the load a bit, you know. It'd be brilliant. That would really, really be good. But it's quite impressive. It's a lovely evening tonight. Don't know how long it's going to take me because I don't even know where we're going. I can't remember what I put in. It should say it on there, didn't it? Oh, I just turned the autopilot off. I better turn that back on. I've got the autopilot sat on my yoke. Yeah, so it's a really good, it's amazing, really. Quite impressive. I flew around in New York today, just have a little look, and that was really good. They really need to do something about the big bridge though, because I went to go underneath it, just being an idiot, and I crashed into us like what was supposed to be underneath the bridge, and ended up in the water. So that's obviously work in progress because it didn't work. But it was good because just so impressive, and they need to get some serious gardeners for those. I cut the greenery down, but it's just like grass everywhere. But you know, that's being stupid really, because at the end of the day you don't go down to street level. If you're in an aeroplane, you fly over it. It's to make it look as beautiful and aesthetic, or whatever they call it, as we possibly can, without eating CPU power up. So absolutely fantastic work. I mean, I still love my X-plane when it loads and when it works and doesn't keep crashing to desktop, but I still love the game. It's in the night, flying it in the night is just really nice, and you've got so many aircraft. But if they can get things on flight sim like this, with like ATRs and Saabs and, you know, this sort of stuff, that would be really nice, because I like flying the twin turboprops. They've only got two I think it's two, isn't it? Two twins on the whole game at the moment. Sorry, simulator. Yeah. Yes, it's quite a long flight this. I don't even know where we're going. I think I'm going down somewhere like Spain or something like that. And we started off in Bradford. Oh, I'm getting a bit of chest pain. I had a heart attack about 5 years ago. and I seem to be getting a lot of chest pains lately, so it's good to go online, so if I have a heart attack and die, then maybe they can find me from my IP address. Sorry, a bit bleak that, wasn't it? Wow, what my airspeed? 240, can I not give it a bit more beans? We're 240 knots at 32,000 feet, I can do a lot more than that. I don't know how to do it though, because I turn it up like that and nothing really happens. 320. And I think you push up. No. Oh, it's got airspeed. Oh, maybe. Ah, that's it. You can sort of look at this PFD thing, or MFD, I can't remember what they're called, MFD or PFD. You have to sort of look at this and make sure that things are selected to a thing, and you see them work, and make sure you got your auto throttle on, which is that one there, I figured. So it's all good fun. So getting our airspeed up now, get a bit faster, might get there a bit quicker, eh? And you got this thing done works in here now, which didn't work the last time I did it, so the update they must have done, which is really good, because you can say things like, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, we're going to crash. Ladies and gentlemen, if an oxygen mask would to fall from your overhead locker and you are not travelling on your own, and if you have more than one child, now is a very good time to decide which one you like the best. Okay, I'll keep the jokes to other people, shall I? Sorry if the picture's jumping around, it's me, I'm just moving my mask again. I did actually buy the, well, I say bought it. I spent the money to buy the Alpha yoke to demonstrate it with my BK Cockpits flight unit with the yoke and the throttle quadrant, and sadly they're not out of stock, and yet I've seen about 50 to 60 different people demonstrating the one that they were given from Alpha to demonstrate, which is kind of annoying when people go out and they think we're trying out the company as well and invest some money in it and just, you know, pre-release it, and then to see everybody robbing your nose in it saying, yeah, well, I got this from them, they so kindly to let me demonstrate it, and then people have actually bought it. They're starting to get a bit fed up and think, hang on a minute, you're taking the Michael, yeah? Why didn't you send it to the people that bought it and ask them if they would do a review at a discounted price? And then, you know, happy all round, eh? But that's just me having a gimp, spoiled little kid, eh? But it's not that, it's because the reason being is I actually really wanted to do a video with it, you know? Really was high on my list of things to do. Do a video with the all set up with the BK Cockpits, different versions, so people can see what they get, you know. I still don't know what's happening with the SATEC panels and that. If anybody knows about that, let me know, because I managed to get a switch panel the other day, and I found Curry's, I think they're doing the autopilot panels and the SATEC yokes, which is good, but I don't know about the rest of it, the radio panels and that. I wish I was clever enough to be able to design one. I'd be a billionaire, because there's so many hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people wanting to buy those things, so much that the criminals and the horrible people of this world are trying to sell theirs for 3 times more than what they actually bought brand new. There's a market for them to get greedy. Well, it was daylight when I took off, and I think it's going to be a night flight. Just for your knowledge, guys, I'm going to hopefully not stand on my dog. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to sort of walk around, okay? I'm going to just get off the cockpit a second. And I figured, because I'm on a long haul, surely an aircraft like this, there's a nice seat. Okay. There's the door. So I figured, because it's an aircraft, yeah, and I'm on a long haul, I figured that, I'll move my dog out of the way, because I want to stand on the poor chap. I figured that, I'm here, and I'll just leave it on autopilot, and I go out here, if I can reach, I don't think I'm going to reach now, go out here, and I can't go through the door, because I've reached my limit. So I'm pretty much, even though we're all isolated, and I'm at 32,000 feet stuck in here, and I can't get out either. But unless I'm clever and I go like this, I can go like that and stick my head out the back, and I can see the engine, and the door's open, which is a bit scary. If I try looking out there, I can see my engine, and my hair doesn't even blow in the wind. It's the best ever. And it's like, and then it follows me, and I get all perplexed. I don't know where I am. And I'm actually standing, oh, there I am. I'm back to where I was, but I'm actually standing up about 50 feet away from where I was now. So we look over the front. I'll look through the window. I'm going to look at the back. Let's see what I can see. God, look at that. There's a UFO up there. Oh no, that's my list. Yeah, but that's fine. And it's got a games controller. I can be a real prick sometimes, can't I? No, but I just thought I'd show you that. Just yesterday, because I will try again. Actually, I think I might be able to do it for you if I just do that. Move right up to my computer monitor and then press that. Then I go to the back door. Watch this. This is funny. I sort of went through the door like that, and look, you can go through the back. And it's all really cool. But I know that for a fact, at the moment, they haven't quite finished it, but it gives you a little clue of how it's going to look, these flight simulators, when you sort of like get your joystick in your hand and you can go right through the aeroplane and with the seats, and because that looks real, doesn't it? Apart from the fact that that door is not quite finished yet. It's like Bob the Builder. But yeah, look, it's exciting, eh? I go back here, and now I'm right at the back, and this is like, I really can't stress on how amazing it really does look. It really is very clever. I just, if you've never done, I've done VR myself before, and it's always impressed me, but this is just, I think it's, a lot of it is down to the fact I'm using the reverb, it's the old one, it's not the good one, and the really good one that they're on about now. But apparently, so I'm led to believe, the resolution of this G1 and the G2 that's just come out is exactly the same. It's got the same resolution, but the only difference, look at that, so I can sit right back here now, or I can go like that and bring it here. I'm just messing about now, I'm probably annoying you immensely. I move my head back, and that's a way of moving it back towards you. Yeah, but apparently the resolution is exactly the same. The difference is the field, the sweet spot is larger, so you have less messing around, or if any, because you can look a little bit left and right. I find the answer with the Reverb G1 is to stop using your eyes as the, how can I put it? Stop using your eyes as to look around. Look straight, get your best view, and then just move your head, and everything will always stay in view. But you just keep looking straight. You're a bit like a robot. You don't move your eyes in your eye sockets. Just look dead straight. Get the best picture you can. I'm happy with that. That looks great. I can see that really clear. I can see that really clear now. I can see them absolutely beautifully clear. I can actually read them to you. There's the wing, strobe, beacon, external lights, landing lights, on off, runway turn off, wiper, and this is the overhead panel. You know what I mean? Nav, IR, free, doors. Up there it says the toilet doors locked. No, I'm joking about. And it's got one up there, but you can't quite see it. Captain and first officer audio switching. And you've got cool fuses and all this sort of stuff you've got overhead. And I can see it all. I can see down there, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and SP, VOR1, VOR2, flood, speed brake, cockpit door, trim, and this is all. I think some people want to know these things but I do find those are a little bit blurry. Though they're, I say a little bit blurry, they're not blurry, they're just probably a bit too bright, I guess. But you could do that. So for anybody that's actually looking at going out and spending a fortune on a Rift or something like that, I think you could probably get one of these now. If you're clever, get one in quick. Get one of these Reverb one, because Jesus, I'm not joking. Compared to Oculus Rift, which I've had two of, and I've sold both of them because, like I said, I think earlier, I just wanted to kept on thinking, maybe it's just me, maybe it's the software. I'll buy another one. I bought it new, the first one. It cost me an arm and a leg, and it compared to this, there's just no comparison. The sweetest of sweet spots I could get looked blurry, and if I wanted to do a radio, like change a radio frequency, or like it says speed, heading and altitude there, okay, it's not crystal, but I can read it from here, that far away. If I get a bit short-sighted and my eyes aren't the best, I can just move forward, but I can see. But that on the Rift and the others, you couldn't see that. You'd have to be right up to it like that. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a waypoint. Oh, what's that there? Pool stuff. So really, I think they made an absolute killing out of people. Made a fortune off them buying these, VR headsets, which are VR stood for very rough, not virtual reality, because it was far too expensive for what they are. This, I can deal with this. I really would like to try the G2, and I certainly wouldn't go amiss trying the Pimax, because I know it's got a wider field of view. This is a bit like flying in a diving mask, but you do actually get used to it after a while. You sort of forget about it. Your eyes get used, especially if you keep looking straight. You don't recognise the field of view so much. But it would be very, very interesting to try the Pimax 5K and see what that's like with the wider view. And I don't know if it's entirely true, but apparently it's really good. But is that compared to the Oculus Rift, or is it that comparing it to like this and the other one? Can't remember what it's called now. I haven't tried that one yet, to be honest, but so I've seen online, it seems to be a bit better than the Rift, but still not as good as this. This eats it. It really is good. Well, that's not talking about VR now anyway. How far are we, for goodness sake? Right, we're now going off across the ocean. And now my calculations, I'm trying to think actually, because we've been over France and that, didn't we, before? So I'm guessing that we've flown over France and we are now heading down towards Spain. I think it's probably going to be on our left hand side. I think that's going to be like the coast, and I think Spain, and I think the mountains over there, that's going to be, if you see the hills, I reckon that's off towards the Pyrenees or something like that, because I can't see it on here, but there must be a way of doing it. usually you can put a map up. That's my point, exactly what I was trying to say before with like Pilot to ATC. You can have a map, and you can look at your map like a sat nav, but it's just I love it. I think it's a really good program. My hat off to him, man. There's so many things that you can do on it, all in one little program. Not the cheapest one in the world. It costs about the same as the actual flight simulator, but I've got to admit, it's got all answers, all the questions, and it really does, because what we were discussing, well, I was discussing before to myself and trying to talk to you guys, hopefully it helps you, is when you got things like this. If you can see my mouse on the screen, I'll show you this straight in front, and I've got to turn that radio channel. You see me doing it a few times. I've got to do this and turn or press it and hold it, and I got to go that, and then I got to do this, and I got to turn that one and push up and push down. With the Pilot to ATC, if they could get incorporated into this program, you've got your basic flight, this basic. So I mean, looking at this, I think a brilliant idea would be like the pop out like that. That is where they're going. I think they've lost the train of thought a bit for VR, because really you want to be able to go click on that and it comes up like that as a box, and just use your mouse to type it in. Yeah, type like that, instead of going down here, because I find trying to type it in with your mouse with VR, it's a bit hit and miss at times. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you won't, and you think, oh, missed it, oh, missed it. Well, that one there, for instance, trying to put your transponder in, those buttons there are in the way, so you got to sort of go like that, and it goes up like that, and then you jump off, and you turn that one instead of touching that one, and it's, so that again could jump out as look, it looks like that, but then appear, let me explain, like that. Say I pressed that, and then it popped up and it was like this, and I could just use my mouse to just go tut 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 tut, or VR glove and just type it in, and then press the X at the bottom, and then it pops back into its place down there. That, I think, is the real one of the answers to VR, to really give you that immersive experience where you don't have to take your hat off to see things. And this moving around thing is a good idea. I usually put it up like that so it doesn't look too false, but it's handy when you're flying. So we're getting pretty close now. I could have put it back on it, change the amount of miles and just see what happens. You do that, and it gives you different. When I go back to the plan, right, so if anybody knows where Pop Pupul is, Pop Poo, P-U-P-U-L, was it? No, yeah, P-O-P-U-L. That is where we are going, and we're going towards BLV. So that's that then. And I got a funny feeling, I say the weather, but yeah, there are different sections on here you can do as well. Let me see what happens if I do that. What's this for? It's a bit like that. Yeah, see what I mean about buttons? I can get the other one, but I can't get the one at the end that I meant to turn. So obviously it doesn't work, maybe. Or you could turn up your MFDs and turn them down. PFDs, that's the PFD. Got a loudspeaker that's in up. That's in up. And that's terrain on HD. Let's have a look and see what happens when I change that then. Oh, that looks a bit better. Some information there, but I don't know if it's going to be... Oh well, I don't know. I should have really looked. Sorry, I'm looking like a bit of a plonker, but I was just literally doing it and it's late, and After the news that we're all locked down and, you know, not allowed out of our houses, I figured, what's the point in going to bed early? I might as well stay up, do a flight and sleep through the day tomorrow or something. Flight plan. Going down, we're going south anyway, so that's good news. Our navigation is telling us we're going there. We are, and landing. I think I'm correct. But like I say, I don't fly these, I fly the general aviation mainly. And yeah, this is all a new experience, so it's a wonderful one. That light keeps following us. I think that's the moonlight actually. It's brilliant, it really is, I've got to admit. I can't knock it. I'm just going to move my overhead thing a second, because it's not really there. And I'm going to just do this and just going to turn that one on and say, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking with my pilot voice. We are now reached our cruising altitude. Feel free to lose the lavatory and walk up and down the aircraft and stretch your legs. I hope you enjoyed the flight so far. Very shortly we will be starting the in-flight movie. It's called Gone with the Wind. How about that then? Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully not spoil your fun, because I need to do something and I just don't know how to do it without breaking things. See, there we go. I need to get that in that screen, and I'm just going to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of kits, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an EasyJet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any product, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Yep. See, now that, what I had to do then, this is what I was saying before. Could you imagine having that option to select? I have got another program, it's called Self-Load Cargo, which just runs all the way through the whole flight and does the announcements and does things like that, which is pretty good. I like it, but I find if you go to the land the aircraft and you sort of like speed just a little bit over the 275. See, normally I talk to him and I say Airbus 310 contact Madrid centre on 118.275. Thank you. See, I told you we were going close to Spain, didn't we? Yeah, do it. I knowed it. Put as an arc, I like the arc. Right, so here we are. Contact Madrid on 118.275, which I'd do down here. And it changes for you, which is good because it would be really awkward trying to do it with that. Contact Madrid. As you can see, I can't hear it, and you probably can't either, but he is sort of an ambient sound where it doesn't actually come out the speakers, and I don't know why it is. But I did read something about there's a bit of an issue with the last update with sound and stuff. But I can believe it because I started a flight sim up yesterday, and it told me to enter my password and everything into Microsoft, and I thought, no, I'm not doing that, it's already worked. So I just closed the program and reopened the close and closed the program, reopened the program, and then it worked. So just before you go typing and getting into that palaver, just try shutting it down and starting it up a couple of times, and it might work. It worked for me. Not just going to work for everybody, but yeah. 60. Stay into the speed. I'm going to give it a bit more beans because I'm just too well behaved. Gonna beef it up to 320. Get there quicker than wherever there is. I think it's Palma, Mallorca or something like that we're going. I can't remember. And I don't want to look on my flight plan thing because I don't really know enough about these things. What's the route? It's got route. And I can't see if anybody's putting any comments because I can't see because I've got a VR headset on. But let's have a look. I'm not going to program it. Select flight plan. I don't want to change something in case it all goes wrong. No, I'll leave it because it's actually working and it's giving me the right flight, so I'm fuel and everything's fine. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think I'm trying to figure where we are because I know soon enough we're going to start getting into terrain, but we're at 32,000 feet, so we're fine. But I think it's going to be over this way, subject to which way we're going. We're going now at 190, so that's let's put it on a sorry, I'm really tired really. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, so north is behind us. We're going basically south. Yeah, it's an unbelievable, beautiful, clear night. I think one thing with the flight simulator, though, guys, I think it's quite overwhelming when you sort of like you sat here. These pilots see this every day of their lives when they're allowed to fly anywhere because the world is enclosed by a flu and a pandemic to try to take over the world and have it as a one world order, and everybody does as they're told and goes in at 10 o'clock. That's my opinion, but I don't know. Don't listen to me. I know, but yeah, I'm thinking it's amazing to think the whole world as they are at the moment, okay, are in a. I mean, it's scary if it's true, but it's no more scary than if you were to think we look into those stars and every one of those stars is allegedly a planet or a sun or something, and we're constantly being sort of in a shooting gallery like what wiped out the dinosaurs. And if you think it's not true, and then you get up here and you look up there and you see all those stars, and you don't really look up, people don't look up enough to actually realise that, yeah, well, if we're just one of those, and it'll take a lifetime for us to get to any one of those and more, because they're too far away. That's how vast the universe is, how big it is. And there's things hurtling through the sky, through the atmosphere, the universe, at ridiculous speeds. And if one of them was the size of a bus and they hit the earth at something like 120,000 miles an hour or something stupid like that, the whole world would be dead anyway. You'd be all wiped out within, like, they say an hour, because they fall out and the 1,000-foot tsunami waves and the earthquakes and the, all this sort of stuff that would happen purely if that hit the earth. That to me is more scary, because I don't think I'd like to be shot up in my house knowing that there's like a meteorite, like I see over there, it looks like one a bit, meteorite heading or on a collision course with the earth, and it's going to wipe out humanity and everybody's just sat at home. worried about epoxy flu? Your last words would have been, I should have just gone out and enjoyed this beautiful earth before it's destroyed. Because we know we're destroying it anyway. Plastic companies, they're the ones that need to be held accountable. So much plastic. There's more plastic in our oceans than there are fish now. Just look into it. Look into, like, I think it's the Philippines, I think. And they got, like, Madrid, Philippines and places like that. And it's, like, it's upsetting when you think they're just... Roger, we've got to contact JUQ, contact Victoria approach on 118.45. Yeah, so it's quite a daunting thought when if you put that in perspective. You know, I'm not being funny, but my parents, they're both passed away now. But I remember my dad and my dad and mum used to say, you know, I'm not scared of dying. When my number's up, my number's up. When it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go. I'll be glad to get off this bloody place. That's what they used to say as a joke. You know, and I remember when I was about 7, I got really emotional. And I said, crying my eyes out, I don't want mum and daddy to die. Oh, we're not going anywhere, just don't be so silly. But it really worried me. And, you know, it was I was only a child, but then I actually look back and I think, you know what my parents said? Don't worry about it. If we did go, we'd be going to a better place, and we'll wait for you when we're there anyway, so don't worry. Right, now I've got an issue with my mouse now. It's actually not doing as it's told, and that's usually a sign that it's about to crash or something, isn't it? An airport down there. Well, that's something wrong. See this going all over the place? It's not supposed to do that. It doesn't normally do that. And yes, I did. But I'm not allowed to answer it because it's triggering. It's probably going to crash, I think, before we get there. Not me, the program. But we'll see. Yeah, but getting back to that conversation, it makes you realise, like my parents used to say, you know, if you're lucky to live while you're here, enjoy it. Treat Mother Nature with respect. And the planet owns us, we don't own the planet. And unfortunately, corporates, companies, and they do whatever they want to do to make their lives better. And there is no such thing in this world. Well, there is, but there's very, very few that live with the world of kindness, respect, honour, and they worship bits of paper. They put money above, you know, someone's life is basically worth less than money, and that in itself is quite sad, you know. They'd rather have the money in the bank than a person's life, and that is, it's just unbelievably cruel. So sad. But I've met people, as we all do, I've met people in my life, and I met one guy in particular, and I was going for a really bad time, and I remember him sort of trying to tell me off, but look at it himself, telling me off in this reflection behind me, and he was thoroughly enjoying playing that I'm the boss game and enjoying his power trip. And it's at that point in my life I realised that, you know, no job, no person and nobody has a right to be like walk this planet if they actually get thrills and feel happy and get pleasure out of another human being's misery, or that they're, you know, that they feel that they're just merely the fact that they are the boss, they get a kick out of being sort of horrible to people. And I thought, you know what, mate, you don't deserve to be alive. And that's sad, really. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. We're now currently flying towards Madrid. I hope you've enjoyed your flight so far, and I hope you enjoyed me not realising I left the speaker on and I've been boring you to tears, along with the poor buggers who've been watching this video. But anyway, it's all fine. Enjoy the rest of your flight. Can I have the blonde air hostess with the big boobies come to the cockpit, please? Blonde hostess with the big boobies. I hope I make people have a little chuckle and not too serious. I don't know if you can turn this down in brightness though, because it does seem a bit in my face, and it's doing a bit annoying stuff now. It's jumping around like an idiot. The mouse, look. Oh. So I'm going to put it sort of about there. I don't want it too in my way. Stop jumping around. Whoa. Somebody's hacking my computer or something. I don't know. Right, so where are we? Do you want to look outside, guys? Look at that. And it looks like we're pretty low. But we're not. We're actually really high. It's just not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful flight. Oh my god, that's high. I'm getting scared. Oh wow, this is great. Right, I didn't acknowledge that because I was outside the plane at the time, love. Sorry. Come on. I would love to descend and maintain flight level 240. I'm going to give it a go. 240, 230, oh, 240. Okie dokie. Request vector to next waypoint then. Stay 180. Okay, making us straight there. So I'm going to change the airspeed from Mach to speed, and I'm going to go down. And I'm just going to select the altitude like that. Oh, I'm going to get it there. 240. Okay, acknowledge. Wow, it looks like the weather is looking to be, I don't know if it's, which way does it go? Because is it lighter behind us or in front of us? So I don't know really. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing right over here, but anyway, here I am. Let's go. Back to normal. Yeah. If you ever get a situation when you do this, guys, you see when I'm moving forward and it's moving further away, that is down to one thing and one thing only. It's the fact that I'm using monitors in here, in the flight room to give me the light. So my monitors, so it means my computer's turned off. In a minute now, I'll just turn back on, and my monitors should come back on in a moment. And when they do, it will be like magic. Alright, like magic. And why am I going down? Okay, down to 24, 26, ASB 322, that's fine. I'm changing my seating area a little bit now, so. Right, that was spooky, eh? Coming out of that. Took my VR off just to check my monitors. I need to go to sleep soon because my chest is hurting. Right, 24,000. It's airspeed 240. Descend and maintain 14,000 feet, which we're going to do now, if it will allow me. 14,000 feet. I'll get my airspeed down, so we go soon below 10,000 airspeed below 250. So I'm going to get my speed down to 250 now. A little bit less. Just fractionally. Because I got a funny feeling we're going to be going into land soon. And like I said, guys, I actually fly little aeroplanes, little tiny things, not these big sort of like Airbus things. So please don't be hypercritical of my landing or crash, or whichever one it comes first, really. Sorry, I'm just getting my seating area straight. That's about right, I suppose that'll do. You can adjust your seat as well, either with the VR and with the arrows up and down and left and right. So I can go over to the co-pilot side and have a look outside. I can go really silly and go, whoa, that's high. And go like that as well. I can go back in this side, sit in the middle like the kids. I can sit there like that. And that's pretty much, I set it out that way because my throttle was on my right. And apparently every pilot that flies a plane always flies on the left hand side. So why the flight simulator always sets it up with you sat over there and not here, maybe because people are right handed and that's how they set the gear up. I think that might be the reason. Anybody know the answer to that? Leave a like in the comments, or an answer in the comments even. Anyway, like I say, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us with BK Cockpits flight this evening. It's been so far uneventful, which is good. 220. I said 249. I wanted really. What are you doing? Center 214,000. No. I'm going to get my speed brakes off because I don't really need all of them on. Really. So I'll put them up there. I'll get my airspeed down naturally through the throttles. 347. Wow, so getting there now. I'm hoping that the weather sort of starts getting more daylighty. It seems to be. Was it me? Do you think it's getting a bit lighter? Okay, fair enough. I'm going to get my seat back at where I am, because I can't even find my pedals. Where are they? Oh, my shoes are in the way. Oh dear. Oh yeah, there they are. I'm just going to move myself forward like that in my real aeroplane now. Let's get my feet on the pedals so I know where they are. Okay, Roger, I'm going to descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Acknowledge assigned approach, if this will work. Here we go. Now it's just doing a stupid dually thing. Right, wrong way, 18 right. Down to 12,000. Right, as you can see, guys, I really don't know what I'm doing here. So, you know, this is no near a professional flight, but I've got us this far, and I haven't really touched the steering much more than taking it off the rudders and pedals and the flaps and that. Once I got up in the air, which you didn't see, but I took off, was I put the flaps up, gear up, landing lights off, over 10,000 feet, cruise set, and all that sort of stuff. And that was it, really. The rest of it's been done by Copilot. Autopilot. So that was just to show you that anybody really, once you have a little bit of mess about, they can get used to things how they are. Anybody can really do this. It's great. I'm being locked in by a fascist regime of totalitarian government officials, with the hand in the pocket. Expedite my descent to 12,000 feet. And why? So now it should start going down, please. Yeah, so I've got the arrow and I press the arrow up. Virginia Tech 755. Right, that's fine. Well, I look over there, and that looks like, can't see, but that looks like it could be. What was that, my love? That's nothing to do with us anyway. Airspeed under 250, just 247, which is up there. Altitude descending to 12,000 feet, to 12,700 feet now, and it says up there 12,000 feet, and it says localizer, auto throttle and autopilot, and waypoint and nav, which is all that there. So I'll allow my seat because I'm really sort of high up, but I'm sure that below us there, guys, is actually, I think that's mountains over there. Should we have a look outside? That is, isn't it? That is mountains. Look, do you see that? I know you can't do this in a real aircraft because it would be very windy. Yes, it would be, but that's mountains. We're over the Pyrenees Mountains, I'd say now, and that over there is Madrid. Or something like that. But then again, what do I know? I'm just guessing. But that definitely looks like mountains to me. And I remember when I was flying down to Alicante, I had to fly. We came over the mountains and then we started descending, going into Alicante. And this is looking pretty similar, to be fair. But they've taken us down to 12,000, so that means we must be getting sort of past the fear bit. Unfortunately, I can't put your screen up here to see if anybody's... I'm just going to take my headset off, actually, see if I'm talking to myself again for the last hour. Well, that green, look at that light over there, see that? Can you see that? I think that must be a UFO. Wow, I can see that, can you? That's the angle it's at, catching my windscreen. That's so clever. Well, look at the side window, it's an aircraft. It's coming towards us, but this way. You must be descend to 10,000 feet. So we're going to do that now. Acknowledge last transmission, so we would say Airbus 320 descending to flight level 100. 10,000 feet. And usually you get that thing that just happened then. It's usually a sure sign that something is about to go doolally. Or my monitor's just turned off. Roger, Madrid approach. We're going to Madrid. How about that then? Right, I need to get descending, and this is not descending because I didn't press the up button. Yep. See, I press the up button, and then the 10,000 has come up there. The descent thingy there is now dropping. Yeah, the airspeed is slowing down because your auto throttle's on. Yeah, I can see them. Now, just what she just told me. There they are. I would say, have the traffic. Look at that. See that aircraft there passing that? It was a Boeing or something. Oh, I don't know. Could be an Airbus. Looks a bit like a UFO with my VR on. It's Madrid. So what we were clear runway, what was it? I can't remember now. 18 right. I think it's probably going to be the right hand one there. Better contact approach, actually. Go. Now I can't find the mouse. There we go. Come on. Don't be silly. Just work. I think it might be just outside the screen. That's what it was. Right, I need to move this a bit further now so I can see. Because it's going to get quite action-packed in a minute. Right, so below 250 knots, under 10,000 feet, which we are. I'm going to put my monitors back on because I've got some decent visuals. Vectors to next waypoint. It should say straight ahead of us. I think it's there. Right guys, here goes then, autopilot's going off. Let's see if we can do this ourselves. And do the autopilot and all in VR. This is going to be difficult. Right, so. Don't know why it said to go 230, but I can't change my heading anyway, so it won't let me. I think it's there actually, to be honest. I can't see it on there though. It must be further out. Unless it's over there. We're over there. Right, so we go to the... Runway 18. Okay, we were supposed to land at that one. Right, I didn't think it was, but then it was. So what we're going to do is we're not going to go around. We're just going to take autopilot off, and we're going to do our job as pilots together. Autopilot off, auto throttle off. Let's go. Right, first of all, we'll get ourselves on a nice airspeed. We need to initially get gear down, which is a button on my joystick, that's a park brake. So with that one, there's gear going down, our flaps going down to 10, airspeed 240. Right, it's got this auto throttle thing, which I don't like on these big jets, because it turns itself on, and I don't want it on. Because it feels like we're going to fall out the sky any minute, and we probably will. So, speed brake is definitely not needed to be on. You see, if I'd have put onto this one before, I could have seen where the end of the bloody the line was. Then again, I did have it set to 10 miles on here, so I should have probably put that to 20, like that, and it would have been alright. So let's just go back and change that to that's not bad, that's the plan. Back to landing. Right, okay. You're going to take us off that way now, mate, really. Because the runway is over my shoulder. So, is it going to straighten up? Is it going to? No, no, but I am going to. Right, I am going to. Right, here we go, folks. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. Auto throttle disable, please. I don't like the way that comes in. There's a safety thing. Right, so let's unload and check. Landing lights now on. Set. Fine. Landing gear is down. Let me just see it. Okay. Goggles a bit need to be moved because I can't see properly. That's it. Right, so we're going to go runway 18 right. So we're going to give it a bit more beans. Auto throttle's now gone on again, so I'm going to just change the setting on the auto throttle. Now normally, I know there's, I think it's a LS button or a nav button. I would have thought it'd been localizer or something like that to get you on the localizer. So there's a nav. Let's try approach. That's a bit better. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Where's it taking us around to runway 18? Right. It's doing this. Tell you what, it's really working hard, this is. To get us around there, to get us back on track at 18, it's a serious bank. Now airspeed is 220. We're gonna go over there, you see. But anyway, the aircraft seems to know what it's doing, because we're actually on autopilot now, and I've put it on approach and LS for landing, I'm guessing. And I put the VOR as well, because I think it works something like that, because on the screen is giving our landing thing and they're giving us our aircraft and all this information which I'm still reading up about and makes no sense to me whatsoever. No, it's alright. We're standing on an ILS now, instrument landing system. So this is obviously taking us around to meet the ILS. And hopefully it will just do it. Let's see. If not, folks, I better put the seatbelt on. People, look. No smoking sign. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We will very, very shortly be landing at the airport. So please hold on tight, because we're far too fast, far too high, and it's just not going to happen. No way are we going to do this, guys. Jeez. Right. Full flaps. Let's put the handbrake on, shall we? I think I've got almost to brake actually, is it? There we go. Well, this is going to be a really, really, really dangerous landing, because we're at 10,000 feet. Should have been way lower than this. Oh well, this is, I don't think much of the ILS on that. You'd have thought they got us down, unless I had a... We're going to fall out of the sky in a minute, guys. Down 8,000. I'm now off autopilot, guys. This is scary now, because I don't fly jets. It really is quite spooky booky. Airspeed 160. Perfect for that. Altitude 7,000 feet. Speed brakes off. Flaps are too high. Let's get those up. That's it. That's it. Game over. Didn't want to play anymore. Come on. Come on. Right then. Now, what a shame. It always gets to the bit where it gets exciting and something goes wrong. Let me see. That's fine. Oh dear. Oh no. After all that, hey guys, see, just about to land the bloody thing, and then after what, how many hours? But anyway, I probably would have crashed and burned anyway, to be fair. But I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, until the absolutely beautiful flight simulator decided to piss off at the last minute, which is not good. It's never very good, is it really? So what I'm going to do is just end it on a good note and say,
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention. A potential emergency situation has arisen, and as a precaution, we will be preparing the cabin for an emergency landing. You must listen carefully to the following instructions. Switch off all portable electronic devices. Put your armrests down, tray tables stowed, and open the window blinds. Place all cabin baggage under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers. Remove high-heeled shoes. Ladies and gentlemen.
Notice he says remove high heel shoes, and he didn't say women, please. So then again, that wasn't very sexist at all, was it? It was bloody great, that. So next time I get on an aircraft, I'm going to make sure I've got stiletto heels. And he's going to say to me, what are you wearing stiletto heels for? Well, I'll just say, well, on your emergency briefing, it says that I have to take off my stiletto heels. So I bought a pair just for this flight. Loving it. I'll make myself laugh sometimes. Right, what's this this stupid, pathetic game, which I love very much. It's just annoying when you just do such a long flight as we did. So for it to only decide to actually sort of come a cropper and that sort of stuff. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it anyway, because it was good. I mean, it was a laugh. We were flying for an hour and 20 odd minutes, and it is getting quite late now anyway, so I suppose we could call it bedtime, I guess, eh? And what I'll do tomorrow is I might go, actually, I might try to finish that landing, because we were doing ever so well, considering it was a big jet, and I used to fly planes, little ones, what I fly on this. I like the little aircraft. They're quite fun. Anyway, in conclusion, yes, it's a great program. Yes, it is real good fun. But yes, it can be a real pain in the arse when you do all that only to be sort of shot in the foot, so to speak, just on your approach. And it's not the first time it's done it. It's done it a couple of times like that when I've done long flights, quite long, and I'd come into land and then it's gone to desktop, and you think, do you know how annoying that was in Flight Simulator X? And it was actually the people out there that actually fixed the problem with it crashing like that. It wasn't actually Microsoft, but we got Azobo or whatever they're called, and they seem to be really on the ball and they're working hard. So they're hopefully not going to leave it like Microsoft did years ago. But as far as the actual, in general though, it's a very good, very, very good program. It's just a shame. It really is a shame that happens now and again to me. Really. A bit weird actually. Why is that? What is that all about? I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about either. Anyway, I know it's a bit dark, and we were sort of vanished into the middle of nowhere. But I hope you've enjoyed it anyway, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, hopefully, where we can conclude our landing of this aircraft. And thank you very much for flying and vanishing with BK Airways.